Good morning. Well, it's morning here. So much morning that it's still dark out. Um, I woke up and I just felt like this deep ache that's not unfamiliar. So I tried to start writing on it, and I thought I got to a point where I thought I just want to talk on it. And so here we are, coffee breath and all. Heck, I don't usually say heck. Usually it's, um, anyways, I haven't even finished my coffee. But I thought I wanted to read what I started and see where that took me as far as what I might say. So here we go. Just my riff. My soul aches and my heart yearns for something that I have no words for. It's a beauty that we can't conceive with our human minds, but only our soul knows it exists. It is so beautiful that I think about it, that it, hmm, I can barely read my writing. That's how early this is. It's something so beautiful that when I think about it, even my body aches and my body cries. I would love to access this. Oh man, sorry. Uh, I would love to be able to access this connection and what my soul is trying to tell me. But ironically, I'm afraid that I think I'm fighting what it wants to tell me. Possibly my ego is fighting, is afraid of what it has to say. Maybe I'm afraid that it will say that this is it, that you don't do anything else, just this, that you don't get to be more or do more, that this is it. I wrote, why is this so terrifying? Why is it so terrifying to be enough as I am? That kind of hit hard. Because why is it like, well, I get restless. I'm amongst my gratitude and knowing that it's just I do have a beautiful little life and I still want more. But it's the whole paradox of this is still wanting more is okay, but feeling that I need more to be enough, that's not okay. And I think, and I feel that that's maybe why I'm feeling a little stuck because I feel like I need to still be more. It's so amazing how the programming from life just still seeps into every just thought. Because when I shake myself out of it, I never want to bypass that feeling because it's important to just deal with that. But I know that, and I feel often so much gratitude. It just feels peaceful and content for a lot of the times. But then when I um, allow this ache to come up, it's just time, I think, to really do something with it. And ironically, I think it's just acceptance and not just, but I still wake up or I still go to sleep And it just, what comes into my brain so many times is the list of what I ate that day. Like that's programming to when I was eating my feelings and barfing them out as as a young teenager, like bulimic as a young teenager. And I just and then but that didn't like the obsession with food didn't stop. The barfing did, but it's just so crazy how these external validations and needing to be more or different just are so deep and they cut hard. And the irony is the thought of letting that go you think would be freeing, but it struck me this morning that I'm afraid to accept that I'm not like I said, it's terrifying to think that you're just enough because then what? No striving, no doing. And it's tricky because I let go of a lot of external validation and if you've listened before, um, I realized I was gay and I didn't want to live that lie. And that feels so good to just be free and accept that and know that that's so true. And there's always other truths that come along because how can that be? How could I not see that one without having other things that I've hidden? So I'm again this constant excavation and it's become more fun. Fun. Um, so I'm not engaging. When I look to the side, it helps me think more, and this feels really vulnerable. So I think I'm having a hard time straightening my gaze. Um, yeah, and then I dissolved my clinic, and that was, I mean, the choice was pretty much I needed to accept that it could be bankruptcy and do it anyway because I knew it just couldn't sustain myself there either. S- to do something different just didn't fit with my soul. But again, you externally validate with money. So to not have any has been humbling. And so it's coming to this spot. It's a purity where having everything, I mean, I am extremely like if you look behind me, I live on this beautiful piece of land, and I'm so fortunate to have the support I have. So I got to this spot of being, but pretty stripped down, which I'm grateful for. As I mentioned, it's humbling, and then you get to come from a more pure spot. And yet, this ache still shows up to be sat with. So that's what I will be doing is exploring this feeling. And as I mentioned, I think the paradox of it all is that it's become so it just though the irony of it all is how terrifying it is to just accept that this is it. But the gold is so many teachers, and I mean it's just the magic of it all and the ease which feel like we want it to be harder maybe. I'll say I because I can't speak for you, is being present with it all. Just thinking it's just the teachings of all the I think that that's just where it's at. So I'm reiterating all these, like, I mean, Buddhism, like I'm just saying what so many people said for so long, but I guess there's knowing it and then there's knowing it and actually feeling it in your system and your bones. So this is another opportunity for me to just know that that is truly the answer, is presence. I don't think there's anything wrong with desiring more. I also think that until we truly want to be where we are at, the desires, as long as they're not a need to validate yourself. So I think that's where maybe I'm at. I am I'm very far away from needing external validation, but still trying to figure out what makes me tick without that, and not needing my own validation, if that makes sense. My ego's validation, but what my soul and heart are really asking for. So, how about those loops and circles to come back to something that we'll see? It is a always an exploration. Thank you for listening if you made it to the end. And we'll talk to you later.